Hello, I am Pete, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas Challenge of Challenges. Firstly, you may note that we are stood outside Doc Mitchell's house in Goodsprings. I will get to explaining that in a second. First of all, the challenge for this episode is that I'm only allowed to stick to one weapon. And I've decided, for the purposes of this episode, we're going to bring out Paciencia. We've had some good times with Paciencia, but not used it for a while. It's got a nice range of ammo types that we can use. I think this will cover us quite nicely for whatever we encounter in this episode. So, why, you ask, am I in Goodsprings standing outside Doc Mitchell? Well, I have a sort of secondary mission for this episode. So, I have many hours logged in Fallout New Vegas. Steam shows me as having about 359 hours at the time of speaking. I'm pretty sure, in fact, I know for certain I've got more than that. I've got over 400 hours because I also owned this game on Xbox 360 and managed about 1.5 playthroughs before my console died. However, in all that time, there are still some places that I have not been before. Now, obviously, these aren't going to be very important places. This isn't going to be like, herp derp, I've never been to Hoover Dam. Obviously, I've been to all of the places that are important and all of the places that have particularly good quests or loot associated with them. So the places I'm going to be showing you in this episode are, of course, not going to be particularly important places. That kind of goes without saying. Are we moving as fast as we can? Yeah, we are. Okay, so the first place that I have never ever been before is just to the east of Goodsprings. Now you can already see on my compass there are a couple of those empty triangles pointing ahead, which kind of gives you a clue of the fact that, in fact 3 now, these places that I certainly haven't been to in this playthrough and I've just never been to before. Because the nature of sort of Goodsprings is, what I pretty much always do is just take the road down to Prim, and I don't really explore over in this direction. So let's do that today. I'm going to switch to hollow point ammo because I'm pretty sure that everything that we encounter out here is going to be unarmored, and we are also wearing the combat armor from the previous episode, just for fun. Okay, Coyote up there. Let's crouch for stability and deal with that. Probably don't need to worry too much about sneaking up on these things. They can't really do us much damage. Partly because we're in power armor and just partly because we've got a very good gun. There should be something that's sneaking about over there. There's a coyote just there. There we go, get it in the bum. So yeah, this is the first location I intended to head towards in this episode. This is called the Devil's Gullet, I believe. That's right. Okay, let's climb our way back down. It certainly feels like getting out is going to be pretty tricky. But if necessary, we'll just use a bit of fast travel. In fact, that's probably what we will do. So what is there down here? Let's find out. Some 20 gauge round. Oh, there's a stealth boy. That's interesting. And a star bottle cap? Yeah, okay. Now, is that a guaranteed stealth boy? Because if so, there's a strong argument for coming here at the start of the game. You know, the ammo that's available here isn't particularly anything to write home about. And as I say, if these places were really good loot, then obviously I would come here frequently. But okay, that's location number 1. Devil's Gullet, just to the west of Goodsprings. Couple of coyotes guarding it. No trouble at all. Let's see where we're going to head to next. So the next location is over here near to Hoover Dam. We're going to start at Ranger Station Delta. Okay, so we've been here before, so there's probably not going to be any loot to speak about. But let's head in a northeasterly direction from here. I'm going to switch to the armor piercing. I'm not sure if there's going to be hostiles here, but if there are, then they're going to be armored. And let's just run through this little gully here. And you can see Hoover Dam up ahead. And there's a ranger and a robot.
Hello.
Ranger Payson.
No sudden moves and you and I will do all right. What do you want?
What are you doing out here?
Keeping watch on the river and looking for anyone trying to cross it. The Legion likes to send infiltration teams over on rafts.
I'd like to know more about the NCR Rangers.
Best of the best. That's all there is to it. Really nothing more to say than that.
Okay, goodbye.
See you around.
He didn't have much to say. There's this little robo-brain thing. I think that...
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. I think that this robo-brain does actually become relevant if you do one of the quests in a particular way. So this isn't a completely useless location, but it's not far off, is it? It's basically just a place where you can stand to get a good view out over Hoover Dam, really, and the Colorado River. I mean, if I was feeling cynical, I would say that the reason why I've played 400 hours in this game and still not been to these locations is that this game has quite a lot of useless locations built into it. However, I'm not cynical, I'm not a pessimist, so I'm not going to say that. But still, I mean, this is a pretty nifty place to get a good view. I might be stuck down here, though. Don't know if I'm going to be able to climb back out of this. Yeah, if we look on the local map, there's just not much here at all. But it's an area that I had not seen before, and I've seen it now, so I can say that I have. There we go. Hoover Dam. Right. Next place is going to be definitely a little bit more challenging. We need to head over to Fiend territory. I think that the Poseidon gas station is probably a decent place to start from. Going to go into crouch. Oh, we are immediately in danger. Hello. Okay. Right. Okay. Hollow point. So I didn't realise that the Poseidon gas station fast travel marker was so close to this little location where all of the Fiend Guard dogs spawn. Well, now we know. Let's queue up some shots on the ones that are right up next to me. Are none of these hitting because the dogs are too close?
Glad that's over.
Well, we've got a very, very strong team with us, so we probably never really need to be concerned about anything.
To drag a Brahmin train across the Mojave.
That was good, wasn't it? Okay, and yeah, on the subject of power armor. So I'm wearing power armor at the moment, as you can see. I don't normally go in for power armor in a big way. The reason being the stats just don't justify it. You know, this DT of 25, it looks good, but it's not actually that much more than the Desert Ranger combat armor that I've been wearing. And the stats on this thing, you know, it's heavy. It does give some rad resistance, but you know, none of these are really important things. And it does feel like it's making me move a lot slower. I think that's deliberate. I think that that heavy armor does slow you down a lot. Okay, so there's going to be some enemies over there, but we want to get into this door here. Oh. Don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, will Cook have respawned? I mean, I don't think Cook can respawn. Oh, get out in front of me. But these fiends all can. I see you coming this way. Okay, there is one more red mark over there somewhere. That fiend there. Oh, I accidentally hit the Brahmin. Sorry, Brahmin. That torso is crippled. They're not giving up yet. Are these shots all going over the top? Yeah, there we go. Gained karma. That means they are done for. See a couple more red marks over there. Still in hidden. And let's take the good stuff here. That's probably enough. We don't need to loot all of these people. They don't all have particularly good things. Okay, so we have the South Vegas Ruins entrance. The west entrance. Let's go in here. Should probably be in crouch here because I think there's going to be enemies on the other side. Combat has begun. Very nice. What a team. Okay, seeing red marks all around the place. Let's pick up the stuff that's worth having. Is there someone over there? No. Okay, so I want to head to the northwest corner of this area, I think. Fiend territory. I'm looking for a place. Maybe it's over here. No, that's a dead end. I'm looking for a place called Zapp's Neon Signs. This certainly looks very neon signy. So maybe if we head around the other side of this, that will give us what we seek. Seeing a lot of red marks. You going to come towards me? Running around the corner, okay. Here you come. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like if I head up here, this is going to take me to Zapp's Neon Signs. Can't get through there. It's probably this building to my right here. Oh, I'm in danger. Oh, there's someone there. They have been dealt with. So, let's see. There's going to be people down this street, aren't there? Oh, I see someone moving there. That didn't quite land. But they're not coming this way at the moment. And we're back to hidden. Okay. So let's see. Is this a building we can enter? This looks promising. Yep, here we go. Zapp's Neon Signs. Another location that, as I say before, doesn't have any quests associated with it. Doesn't have any skill books or anything like that. It's just a place that was put into the game. And there will be some enemies. This door, that is an openable door. Probably to a toilet. Take the stuff out of the first aid box. There's a Fixing Things magazine and another magazine. Okay. Activate this after. Okay, that was a trapped terminal. Oh. And there was another mine here. Okay, mine's in here. But I have light steps, so I'm not sure how that second one got set off. Maybe it was a chain reaction from the first explosion.
Evening.
Did you say evening, Cass? Or are other people saying evening?
Tougher to push around with that new sheriff down there.
Someone's talking. Okay. I feel like I didn't see the red mark on the compass there. What's happening, Eddie? You're supposed to be in charge of making sure people show up on my compass. Not pulling your weight. Laser rifle there. And I'm seeing at least... Oh, wow, there's quite a lot of people in here. Okay. Don't know how well armoured they are. Maybe I want armour-piercing ammo. Okay, I'm seeing a red mark just over there, but... Or maybe on the other side of that wall there? Oh, someone over there. Missed. Okay, let's maybe just creep back here and let them come round to me. Is Eddie in there already? Oh, goodness sake. Hell up there. That was Duke. Oh, ba-ba-da-ba-da. Okay, but there's a pretty tough fight waiting for us in here. I am seeing another red mark up there. You. I'm going to use some VATs on you. Okay. No more red marks around. We're in hidden. I think we're done here. What's worth looting? I want to see if Duke has got anything good. Any bits of person here? No. Where was Duke? Up here, maybe? There's a bit of Duke here. Service rifle. Metal armor, yeah. Okay, some reasonably good odds and ends. And then we make it through to this room, which has a bumper sword in it. Exciting. There's a ham radio we could activate if we felt so inclined. Usual sorts of odds and ends in the boxes. Some ammo boxes. A 9mm submachine gun in this safe here. That's pretty fun. An easy locked terminal. What's this going to grant us? Shipping invoice 812. Everett's Building and Garden Supplies. Contact Scott Everett. Quantity 3. Description: single-sided sign, red and white colours, sans serif typeface. Top line reads Everett's on a red background. Building. Okay, this is incredibly boring. Another shipping invoice. Kingman's Barbecue. Kingman's. This is detail. This is a lot of detail. Why so much detail? Accident report log. Here we go. Some excitement. Broken glass. Kevin dropped one of the glass tubes today while forming it. He ended up with a nasty cut on his hand from the broken glass. Fortunately, no one else was hurt. I bandaged his hand and had him clean it up before sending him home. One more accident like that and I may have to let him go. Kid's too accident prone. Instant elevator. One of the elevators to the upper loading dock, not duck, that's different entirely, broke down again. Unfortunately, Jonathan was inside waiting to unload, and the sudden stop caused one of the signs to slip off its pallet, and it broke his leg. He'll be out for at least a month while it heals. I mean, this is the very definition of flavour text, isn't it? I mean, what's that really adding? Okay, a couple more magazines. Cigarettes. Let's have those for selling. Yep, I think that's broadly it up here. Let's just dash down here because there was a little area over to the right which we can inspect. A workbench, 2 workbenches in fact we could use. And another fiend in this corner. Some ammo boxes, another stealth boy. Again, I wonder if that's a guaranteed spawn. If so, that might be enough to change my assessment of this location as being somewhere that's actually worth visiting. Okay, Zapp's neon signs is done, I think. There was a small amount of exploding going on, but our power armor kept all of the damage at bay. All right, let's head on to my 4th and final intended destination for this episode. For this one, we're going to be wanting to be all the way down in the southwest corner. Let's start from the Mojave outpost. So, having a little spin around, we can see there is an empty triangle in that direction and an empty triangle in that direction. I think this one over here. Oops, this one over here is the one I seek. Oh, there's another one shown up as well. It's hard to be sure which one it is. It might even be there's 2 different locations that we want to investigate here. But yeah, let's head in the direction of whichever of these we get to first. Let's get my gun out. That over there is rad scorpions, which would need armor-piercing ammo. There's a couple of red marks over here. Let's go with the JSP. It's a good all-round ammo for starters. And then we can perhaps switch to a different ammo if we decide it's necessary. We are getting close to these red marks. Night Stalkers, yeah, I think this is the right place. Okay, yeah, let's just start firing into the pack.
Let's kick this in gear.
Okay, let's use some VATs. They're closing fast. Good, critical strike. You are very close and very ugly. Not sure if I'm going to be able to hit you. You might be too close. Let's see how it goes.
Wanna play, huh?
Okay. Woof. Yeah. Let's just fire into the melange of dog bodies. Okay, another one down. Let's try and get some distance from this. There's still a red mark over there. What are you two doing? Chasing something over there? Is it another Night Stalker? I think there might be a Night Stalker that ran off. Okay, let's take all of their stuff. Not sure how useful it is, but You know, you don't see an awful lot of Night Stalkers in this game, so grab everything while you can. Back down to hidden. See, I think the Night Stalker that was over there has run off a bit. So have we discovered a location here? Morning Star Cavern. Yes, we have. Right, this is where I want to be. Let's head on inside. Is there maybe a cave entrance round here? There is. Right, I'm going to switch to Hollow Point because it's going to be all Night Stalkers. I mean, caution. Is there another one out here eyeing us up?
Serving up some hurt.
I do feel like whatever's out here maybe needs to be dealt with before we go inside. Yeah, this Night Stalker's injured. Very injured. And there's a group of something over there, probably geckos, I think. And there's something over here. It's probably that scorpion over there. Let's snipe it just for funsies. Just checking I've still got it. I've still got it. Right, let's head inside this here place. Paciencia's doing a pretty good job here. Happy with my choice of weapon. Okay, we are in hidden. Seeing one red mark so far. Let's move on with caution and see what we see. One young. And it will never grow old. It's an abomination, don't you know? I'm doing the right thing here. Let's push our way carefully forward here. Oh, there's a mole rat pup. So I guess that's what the Night Stalkers eat. Now we know. Keeping an eye out for any bodies that may have loot on them. So far... Oh, hello. Okay. So that was the Den Mother, who was probably the strongest of the Night Stalkers. So it was kind of fortunate that my shot hit her so that I could get the maximum benefit out of the sneak attack critical. Okay, want to try and get some shots in before they get much closer. There we go, helping out my teammates.
Glad that's over.
And it is over. We're getting nice high chances to hit with this gun. Let's head over into the bodies here, see what the Den Mother specifically had on her. Just the usual sorts of Night Stalkery things. Okay. This looks like a body. Alright, a mercenary with a 9mm submachine gun. Some pretty decent armour. Yeah, I suppose if you came in here early game and you could defeat the Night Stalkers, then this might be some worthwhile loot. There's quite a lot of it. Gosh, okay. Let's have a look at the local map, see how we're getting on in here. It feels like this might be quite a small cave. There's a corner over there that's possibly got something in it. Anything here? Containers? People? Stuff? I could probably get away with turning on the light. I think we've cleared this room out of all of its enemies. We have a twitchy skeleton. Maybe try giving that somewhere else to twitch. Still twitching. Come on, this upsets me. Let's clear up some of this mess. There we go. At peace at last. Bit of human flesh there. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. That's novel. Maybe that's two different bodies. It's certainly gruesome anyway, isn't it? Looks like mole rat pups maybe aren't the only thing that Night Stalkers eat. And let's just have one last check over here, just in case there was another duffel bag somewhere. Nope. I think this location is well and truly examined. Well, hooray. That's what was in here. I think we can leave. Okay, so that concludes my little tour of the places that I've never been to in Fallout New Vegas. And I have now been to them, so that's good. I'm going to press on with longer term matters. So in the previous episode, we finished the whole quest chain for the Brotherhood of Steel. And we've already done all of the quests for the boomers. So I think I'm going to head over to Red Rock Canyon and do the Great Khan's quests. Let's start that off. Okay, that's brought us here in front of the longhouse. It is very dark. Let's maybe make it morning. Okay, game crashed there.
Even the flies here are chemmed.
I have reloaded. Let's head on inside and introduce ourselves properly to Papa Khan. Not to be confused with Chaka Khan. All right, Papa.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
Who are you?
You march all the way out to Red Rock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who I am? You've got guts, I'll give you that. Well then, let me educate you. I am the chief of the Great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if you like. This is my tribe, and these are my people.
Can you tell me about your people?
You want to hear the story of the Great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory.
Maybe you could give me the short version.
In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The Great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
What happened at Bitter Springs?
When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down.
I've always found it amusing how Papa Khan has this victim complex when the Great Khans clearly started it. That doesn't sound like something the NCR would order.
Oh, they claimed it was a miscommunication, but tell that to those who saw our families butchered. Tell it to the survivors who were banished here.
How did the three families defeat you?
They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources of New Vegas. Weapons, technology, caps. They were better equipped, and we could not stand against them.
On second thought, let's talk about something else.
Typical. No reference for history in the younger generations.
So that is all I can talk to him about now, so goodbye.
Farewell.
I believe that when I step outside, one of his, I think maybe Regis will talk to me. Let's talk to Regis first.
I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the Great Khans?
What is your opinion of the NCR?
That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure, and I've gladly killed many of their soldiers in battle. But I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar.
So if you were in charge of the tribe, you'd fight with the NCR against Caesar, if asked?
I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere.
Tell me about Papa Khan.
Papa is one of the best leaders the Khans have ever had. He's kept us together through all of our hardships, ever since we left California. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the massacre. And sometimes I worry that's poisoned his mind.
What do you mean about Papa's hatred poisoning his mind?
Nothing. Forget about it. I shouldn't be talking about this with an outsider.
Oh, I sense a quest starting soon. Goodbye.
Until next time.
Let's talk to Carl a little bit. Carl's relevant in all this.
In the name of Kaiser.
Who are you?
My name is Carl. Glorious Caesar has sent me as an emissary to the Great Khans as a token of our alliance.
What alliance?
In exchange for Great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes.
Not if I've got anything to do with it. All right. I had some other questions.
Speak then.
That'll do for now. Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
So I think that's all we need to make stuff happen. I'm going to step outside, confirm my theory. Regis? No? Maybe not. Let's go back inside. What do we need to do to start this thing going? Maybe talk to Papa again?
You've been doing good things for us. Don't think I haven't noticed. What can I do for you?
I've come to ask the Great Khans to break their alliance with Caesar's legion.
Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Do you really think Caesar is going to restore your tribe to glory? You'll be made slaves.
Ha! The Great Khans will not be slaves. Caesar himself has promised us the land from here to the Colorado and the freedom to raid as we see fit. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The Great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes.
Fine, goodbye.
Farewell.
You will leave me no choice. Regis?
It's good to have you here. What can I do for you?
Goodbye for now.
Until next time.
Right, let's try stepping outside. Maybe that was the trigger to get their little conversation with Regis.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion. I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment.
Okay, what is it you had in mind?
You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the Great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to that restoration.
So what do I do?
Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular: me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying with Caesar is a bad idea, you might be able to sway him.
Aren't you convinced already, if we're having this conversation?
I have my doubts about Caesar, yes, but I won't publicly go against Papa Khan based on nothing more than doubts. I've heard rumors that tribes who aligned with Caesar in the past were torn apart and reduced to slaves. Prove it, and I'll back you.
Okay, and what would convince Jack and Diane to support me?
You'd have to talk to them, but those 2 have been thick as thieves since they were kids. Convince one, and the other will come around.
What about Melissa?
Ah, Melissa. She's a bit of a dreamer. Last time she was in camp, Carl filled her head with stories of serving the Legion as a speculatore. Personally, I've never seen a woman in Legionnaire's armor, so I have my doubts.
Okay, I'll see what I can do to convince everyone.
Good. Oh, one more thing. Caesar's representative, Carl, has become fast friends with Papa. Carl's the one who has him so fixated on this alliance. You'll probably have an easier time of things if you can find a way to get him out of the picture.
How would I do that?
Carl talks prettily about the honor and nobility of the Great Khans, but I suspect his actual opinion is less flattering. Maybe you could find something he wrote that expresses that opinion, or trick him into losing his cool in the longhouse right in front of Papa.
I'll keep that in mind.
I would too, if I were you.
All right, I'm going to do Jack and Diane first, because they're the easiest. Then I'll do Carl, because that's the second easiest. And finally, I'll do Melissa, because that can be pretty bloody hard. Right, do I have a fast travel marker for the Red Rock Drug Lab? I do not. So we need to run up the canyon to get to them. And let's see how the power armor protects us against a small fall. Cass and Eddie, oh, what? See, I kind of assumed that you'd take the safe way down, Cass. I thought you had more sense than that. Don't follow me down here. Oh, Cass. Okay. Well done. You handled that much better than I thought you would. Right, Jack and Diane. So, convincing Jack and Diane, there are quests that you can do to convince them, but I think having a 100 speech skill allows me to bypass that.
Hey, look who it is bringing that good Khan karma around.
I'm here to ask you to publicly oppose Papa Khan's alliance with Caesar.
Huh? Look, kitty cat, me and Diane, we don't dig on that politics stuff, savvy? We just make the product and make it get to a good home. Sure, Caesar's a drag, but as long as we got each other, we don't care who the top dogs roll with.
But you won't have each other. The Legion will kill you and sell Diane into slavery as a prostitute.
Dude, what a total haul. No way that's Kopashishi. Yeah, okay. Me and Diane got your back. No sweat.
Brilliant. I don't want to do work for Jack right now. You've got an impressive setup here. Have you considered making more helpful chems?
What do you mean, helpful? My stuff already makes people feel groo-delicious.
Okay, he said grew delicious once, let's keep count. But think of all the people who overdose on Jet and Psycho. It's bad for your karma.
Oh, you're right. I should start a side project making meds to keep my aura clean.
So, how's the medical work going?
Already on it. I whipped up a few stim packs already. But if you've got any more recipes, I'll take them.
Okay, why can I not tell him how to make drugs? Do I need... Maybe I don't have a high enough medicine skill.
All...
What do you have for sale?
Oh, you're buying. Cool.
Don't really need any of these. Let's exit out of that. Okay, let's say goodbye.
Take it easy, kitty cat.
Yeah, I thought I'd be able to teach him how to make lots of drugs, and he'd say "Groodelicious" every single time, which obviously is thrilling stuff. But yeah, I clearly don't have the prerequisite for that. 90 medicine skills should be enough to teach him how to make anything. Never mind, not important anyway. Let's fast travel up to the Great Khan Longhouse because I'm lazy. And let's see about getting the whole Carl situation resolved. I'm going to drop a save before I go in because I think it is possible to mess this up.
Holding my breath.
So I'm going to sneak into Carl's room. And I'm going to take his journal. I'm not going to take his other stuff. I don't need that. And now I need to, I think, provoke Carl into a bit of a snafu. Stop! This is the voice of future Pete telling present Pete that he's about to make a mistake. Progressing the quest in this way will make it harder for me to convince Regis to oppose the alliance. What I should be doing at this point is showing the journal to Papa Khan. In a few minutes' time, Carl will be dead, and then the journal somehow is no longer usable for this quest. Nothing that can be done about this now. I just mentioned this in case you were watching this video under the mistaken assumption that I'd be showing an optimal strategy. Carry on.
I understand you've been talking to the Great Khans about breaking their oaths to Great Caesar. I would call that unwise.
It's dark in here. I've been wondering why you didn't petition the Khans for membership as a show of allegiance.
Join? Oh, no, I simply couldn't. That is, I'm not worthy of such an honor.
But surely a warrior in service of glorious Caesar is the equal of any tribe's finest.
Of course I am. That is to say, Caesar has many fine warriors, and I wouldn't wish to compare them to the Great Khans.
Because you know they'd come up lacking.
Enough! How dare you compare Caesar's finest to this tribe of savages? The mightiest Great Khan is scarcely a match for a legion recruit. The burned man would leave their mightiest shitting themselves in terror. I would. That is...
He's quite easily provoked here. It's very dark. I don't think I needed the journal at all. I think there's two options here, and we've ended up taking this one. Interesting opinion, Carl. I wonder what Papa Khan will say about this.
You motherless bastard. You'll pay for this.
Great Khans, drive Caesar's dog out of our camp.
Ah.
If he's too slow to flee, kill him.
I think he's dead.
I'm glad that's over.
It's really dark in here. I think we need to wait through until morning.
Hey, welcome to Red Rock Canyon. Since you've done so much for the Great Khans, Papa Khan told me to let you know you can buy weapons at our armory.
Yes, I've been trading with your armory for a while.
In the burned-out old building at the mouth of the canyon.
Thanks. It's not light yet, though. There we go. That'll do. Right. Carl didn't have much to loot. Where's Papa Khan gone to?
Our brothers have returned home from Boulder City.
Yeah, I helped with that. Papa hasn't touched his steak. Not going to steal his beer. That might make trouble. I think I need to wait a little bit more, and he'll show back up. Or maybe what? Maybe that's where he sleeps. Maybe he's in there. Okay, so our only quest marker at the moment is Melissa. Getting to Melissa is interesting because she's right in the middle of Quarry Junction. And I think there's no way to get to her without spending some time with Deathclaws. And I'm not sure if Paciencia is going to be up to this particular job. That said, this episode is reaching a reasonable length. But you know what? Let's give it a try. So let's head on over to Sloane And let's see if we can take out Quarry Junction using only Paciencia. I think the answer to this is going to be no. Armor-piercing ammo is going to be required. Not sure whether having these with me is helpful or not. I am going to make sure I've dropped another save, though. This is definitely not something that I am absolutely 100% certain is going to be kept. So I think there's one Deathclaw. Is that 3 Deathclaws? I'm only seeing one moving. Yeah, there's just the one there. Okay. And the one shot
In no mood for hunting.
wasn't enough to kill him. So that was a young one. The grown-ups are going to be even tougher. I fully anticipate that what's going to happen here is I'm going to make attempts at stealth, and then my companions are just going to utterly scupper it. Okay, interesting. He reacted, but he hasn't started coming. Okay, let's try a headshot. Nice. Is the one next to him going to be interested? Maybe not. There's definitely one there.
Let's kick this in gear.
Okay, that's taken off half of his health. Let's let him come towards me. Okay, my companions have started shooting. Low chance to hit there.
Just in time for your ass whipping. Maybe I should switch to squirt gun.
Right, he's down. So let me think. What's the best way to get round here? If I stay to the very right-hand edge, I wonder if I can skirt around most of the Deathclaws. Let's drop a quick save. Wonder if I can skirt around most of the Deathclaws and get to Melissa with the minimum amount of trouble. I'm not sure if that's going to work. I feel like there might be enough Deathclaws along this right-hand edge that they still block me from the progress I need to make. I have to say, I find Melissa very brave. She just lives there. Also, I wonder why she hasn't done anything about all these Deathclaws, you know? Oh, crumbs. This is... I'm really right between them now. And I just know what's going to happen. At some point, the floodgates are just going to open. My companion's going to do something stupid and they're just going to swarm me. I really hope you two can keep your cool. I'm not sure I was doing the right thing in bringing you with me. Oh God, red marks everywhere. I shouldn't be here. I wonder if I should climb up that thing. I mean, it's a bit of a cheesy strategy, but I think you can run up that conveyor belt and then they can't get you. Okay, that wasn't a young one. That was a fully grown. That's promising. I mean, there's always drugs if I need them. Bit of Med-X, bit of Psycho. I can increase my... Oh, here we go. Okay. How many of you aggroed? Okay, here comes one. Gonna try a few headshots. Oh, that was a good crit. Okay. Oh, there's two coming. Okay, this is very, very bad. Because they're here. And my companions are going to die very soon. Okay, there's one Deathclaw down. Cass is probably unconscious now. No, she's not. Okay. All right. We survived that wave. We're back into hidden. I can see lots of red marks moving over there. Those are the Deathclaw babies. But there is a mother with them. Melissa now just a mere 131 meters away. I feel like if I climb up here, then I might have... Oh, there's one there. Oh, I didn't mean to jump over there. This is terrible. Oh, a lucky crit there.
All I'm doing is pissing him off.
Back into hidden. Okay. Paciencia is doing a much better job here than I thought it would. I mean, I knew it was a good gun. I've had good times with this gun. But this is superb. And I'm now seeing no red marks between me and Melissa. I'm also not sure how I get up there. Is there a ramp over there, maybe? Maybe these red marks down here are still yet going to give me some trouble. Cass is quite a long way back there. I hope she doesn't do something stupid. But yeah, so these red marks here, there's lots of Deathclaw babies and one mother. But so far, it's looking like we're doing a decent job of sneaking around the back undetected. If I can get up here, then I think we're going to be out of danger pretty soon. Where are my companions? This worries me greatly. See, if my companions have decided to go and take a different route, then they might be... Oh, here we go. Here's Cass. Okay, I'm going to assume Eddie's not going to do anything stupid either. Let's make our way over to Melissa here. Yeah, there they both are. Brilliant. Roaring success. Oh. Careful, careful. There's some red marks still. We're not completely out of the woods. Let's stay stealthy. I think there's probably a Deathclaw just through that gap there. You know, if you're ever in any doubt as to how tough Great Khans are, take this as the necessary evidence. They live here. Why?
That's close enough. What do you want with the Great Khans?
What are you doing up here?
Awaiting a delivery, but it's a no-show. I'm guessing that the Deathclaws and the Quarry have something to do with that.
I love how calm she is. You know, I'd be like, Deathclaws! Shit, they're everywhere! But she's like, delivery. I'll help you with your problem.
Is that right? What's your angle?
No angle, just want to help.
Right. All right, here's the deal. I was expecting a shipment of chemicals. It's usually in a suitcase dropped off in one of the big machines up here. Because of the Deathclaws, I have to assume the suitcase is still in Sloan. Snoop around the place and get it for me.
All right, anything else I should know?
Don't kill anybody if you don't have to. I'm a scout and I like to keep a low profile.
All right, got it. Let's talk about something else.
Like what?
Tell me about the Great Khans.
We're an independent group. We take care of our own and don't take crap from anybody. Especially the NCR.
All right, let's talk about something else now.
Like what?
Okay, let's say goodbye for now.
Don't leave a trail.
Now, I'm sure that when I first talked to her, there was something about doing the whole alliance breaky thing. Is that still available?
Hey. What do you want now?
Yeah, Regis says I should talk to you about speaking against the Great Khan's alliance with Caesar.
You can ask, but why would I do that? Carl told me all about the life in the Legion. He says I've got all the makings of a speculatory.
Did he also tell you women aren't permitted to serve in the Legion?
What? No, What do you mean aren't allowed to serve? Why would he lie about that?
If the Great Khans join the Legion, you'll be sold as a slave, an officer's wife if you're lucky.
That lying little weasel. I almost fell for it too. All right, you've got a deal. You can tell Papa I won't support an alliance.
I need to get going.
Bye.
I was wondering whether I'd need to complete her little side quest in order to gain her trust, but apparently that is not necessary. Okay. Is that, yeah, it's Hydra. Okay. Wouldn't be stealing either. They don't mind me taking the Hydra. Might as well. Okay, so where does that leave us with this quest? Find Regis evidence that Caesar will annihilate the Great Khans. Well, that might be the thing I picked up. Carl's journal here. Detailed records. Opinion of Great Khans as savage, barbarous. Caesar's Legion will likely have to execute a lot of them. You know, I think this is probably enough. Okay, let's fire ourselves back over to Red Rock Canyon. Let's talk to Regis. And then finally we can talk to Papa Khan, I guess. Yo, Reg.
You're becoming quite the political agitator. I can't say I'm displeased.
I'd like to talk more about the Great Khan's alliance with Caesar.
What do you want to know?
Nothing, never mind.
Suit yourself.
Okay. Why can't I use the thing? Goodbye.
Until next time.
Let's try talking to Papa Khan.
More of my advisors are starting to talk openly of breaking our alliance. I wonder where that idea is coming from.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
Something else you wanted?
Okay, interesting. There don't seem to be any
What do you-
dialogue options
Papa
that
can
will
be a
progress this. I wonder if there's anything else in Carl's room. Oh, this isn't stealing now. Might as well have that. Okay, interesting. So I've done some looking on the wiki, and what it says is that if you steal Carl's journal from the Footlocker, but then Carl dies, you can't use Carl's journal to convince Regis against the Legion. There is another way to convince Regis against the Legion, but it does require picking up a thing from Caesar's tent. So I guess we're not going to be completing the Great Khan's quest yet, because we're going to need to pick up the thing from Caesar's camp first. But we're nearly there. We're nearly there. I'm going to end this episode here. It's a shame that we haven't been able to complete this. I do wonder if maybe doing things in a different order might have worked better. But yeah, we're going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you'll join me next time for the next episode of Fallout New Vegas Challenge of Challengers. Bye-bye.